Kelly, it's been almost a month since Helene made landfall, and of course, as it moved up to western North Carolina, we had catastrophic, deadly flooding. At least 95 deaths happened in that state alone.
So joining us live to talk about the mental health aspect for first responders is Rick Baker. He's the clinical director and founder of Responder Support Services. Rick, thanks for taking the time to talk to us this morning. First of all, let's just start with what first responders, really anywhere, are going through as they try to help others.
Yeah, especially following incidents like this, Jim, they run the gamut of experiences. Those that were on the ground doing the recovery efforts are dealing with, the traumatic visual images, movie clips that keep playing over and over again after they've done those kind of duties, and then those that have involved in the recovery, especially body recovery, is just creates tremendous emotional toll on our first responders. Like, one of the biggest misconceptions is when the general public look at first responders, they think that first responders have this special ability to not be impacted by events like that, and they're just as human as everybody else. And those events take a heavy toll on our first responders, especially when you think about the other cumulative stressors they've accumulated through their careers.
So if you find a first responder that needs help, what does your organization do to give them that help?
Sure. My organization does a broad range of things for first responders. One of the things we do is we're an organization that embeds inside first responder agencies. So I have mental health clinicians that are stationed inside police departments, fire departments, dispatch centers, and any other first responder agency. And we provide high quality clinical care to those first responders. And in fact, we were providing that clinical care before Helene even got here. And then we were on the ground with first responders during the rescue and recovery operations. So we're providing a lot of that care since before the rain even started. And then we provide high quality trauma treatment for first responders after the event happens, once the dust.
So Rick, these men and women go out there and they do their job. They are on mission, they're doing their job, and they don't walk up to you and say, hey, I need help. Usually, right. I would think that's the case. What do you look for in them that says, you know what, he or she is going through this?
Yes.
Yeah, so one of the things we look for is kind of, we call the 1,000-yard stare, where somebody's just has that blank stare. Other times we get a lot of whispers from their colleagues that saying, I don't think so-and-so's feeling really well. Can you go and check on them? So we'll follow up on all those whispers and we'll go and check. A really important intervention that we do immediately following an incident like this is something called critical incident stress debriefing, and it's a facilitated group conversation. And a lot of times in those critical incident stress debriefings, we can start to get a sense of who was particularly impacted by this event, and then we can do some specific outreach to those individuals and see if we can nudge them into clinical care.
We only have a minute left. I want to ask you if this is working. I'm assuming yes. More importantly, how is it working? How is it helping them?
Yeah, I mean, it's working beautifully because we've been embedded for so many years in these agencies. They've come to trust our clinical team. And in fact, they'll say we don't go anywhere without our clinicians. So when that need shows up and the clinician they know and trust walks up and says, I got a feeling things aren't going so good, they're more likely to open up and start talking about what's impacting them. And hopefully we can get them scheduled to come in for a treatment session.
That's amazing.
Rick Baker, amazing work out there. You are absolutely a part of that team. Clinical director and founder of Responder Support Services.